So I can't, you know 100 times more than on the Epstein files than I will, okay? And I don't pay attention to that stuff because, like I said, I don't trust the dirty media on either side of the fence. Somewhere it's in the middle is where I'm at, and I don't know where the middle or who stands up for the middle anymore.
Right. And what I was saying earlier is the reason why there's so many people that are going to the right is because when we try to have conversation, try to have dialogue, you have all these people who are registered Democrats who say, look, I can't be on this side anymore. It's because they disagree with the same people who they agree mostly on everything with on one thing, and then they're automatically, you're a fascist, you're a Nazi, you're a Trump, you're a Trump supporter. On one disagreement, like I said, you could agree as a Democrat with another Democrat on 100 things, but disagree on one thing with that wrong Democrat, you get pushed away from the party, away from the belief system that they have, which I believe that the Democratic Party is not what they were 40 years ago.
No.
They've completely switched around, and again, there is recordings from Biden, Hillary Clinton, Obama, all of these past presidents or vice presidents or what have you, saying the same things that Trump's saying now. In the 1980s, 1990s. Now, and then all of a sudden they're calling him racist, fascist, Nazi for doing the same things that they believed in 40 years ago.
I have zero faith in either party right now on that hard line of either side. So I don't even know how do I say this? I don't even know how much to believe in because it is divisive. This is our third protest that we've been to, and some of the things that people were yelling, I'm thinking, I would never yell that. All I do out here is I'm holding up, and I don't believe in how he handles himself. And I'm waving to people to just say, this isn't cool. And I am no fan of Joe Biden. I can tell you that. My wife could vouch for that. Right. No fan.
So would you guys would have voted for Kamala over Trump? It's a hard one.
Look, I did.
Give me some choices. They put Donald Trump in office.
They put
Donald Trump.
Kamala did. Kamala wasn't even voted in. She was picked by the.
I mean, their side made it. You had to. And again, that's our party, our political system, how we nominate. It's either or. And for a long time, you're so much younger than I am. I have never seen anything like this. And I'm going to be 60 here in a year or two. I've never seen it like this. And it's heartbreaking to me. I used to be really patriotic, and I'm ashamed of us. It's probably been since before COVID. We're just going like this, and I don't see the answers from either side.
Well, earlier she was saying, the lady we was talking with earlier said that she agreed with World War II, but doesn't agree with what's happening now. And back then, during World War II, there was Democrats that were protesting against fighting Hitler. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so we wound up seeing what a wonderful thing it was for the United States to get involved, because that's the first time we saw Hitler get nervous, is when the United States military got involved. For part of the biggest reason why we won World War II, and of course everything else that was going on at the time. So do you think that, again, earlier touched back on all of those innocent lives that were taken during those protests in Iran, 40,000, up to 40,000. I saw the body bags. I saw the family members lined up next to these body bags that were lined up down the roads, men, women, and children, for simply doing what we're doing out here. Do you think that could be related to or compared to what was going on, even though it's not clearly on as big of a scale? But if we look at over time, the amount of people and lives that regime has taken, it's past that.
And I don't even know that I disagree with you. As far as, I think that situation is a tough one. And if there had been more negotiation, some more discussion about what we were going to do there, it was just all of a sudden I'm bombing them. There was no coalition. Who went over there? Who was involved there with us other than Israel, right? I mean, so that's a tough one for me, because I'm not saying that regime doesn't have it coming. Oh, I guarantee you they have it coming. And I'm tired of being the world's cop.
And that's the thing. Trump, when he campaigned, he campaigned on the, and we're not going to be the policemen of the world.
Right.
We're not going to be the ones going in and solving all.
Well, it's not
else's
even just that.
problems
You guys
and
know that
not
right
getting
before we,
forever wars.
right before we bombed him, they actually were sending death threats to Trump himself.